What's going on? Tonight we're going to talk about 5 post-corona vacation destinations. Whoa, that was a mouthful. We're going to take just a one-night break from the Travel Hacker series. I want to talk to you guys about some places you can go. As you've probably heard by now, Europe has banned Americans from traveling to most of the European nations. What that means for us is for probably the next 30 to 60 days, is my guess right now, Canada and Iceland and then all of Europe are going to be off limits to us. So if you have a travel bug, where the heck do you go? And I'm here to tell you that the United States of America is one of the greatest countries in the world. There are so much available for us. And there are locations all across the United States that are relatively, you got to do your research, but relatively unaffected by Corona. Now, I've been doing some reading in preparation for my week where I'm taking the kids. This summer, we're going to go do a national parks tour and kind of checking out what's required, those kind of things. And so Jamaica's open. Okay. Hey, whoever that is who said Jamaica's open, do me a favor and go up to the top and click the StreamYard link so I can see who you are. Hey, Gene, how are you? So, you got to do your research because some national parks are open, but they're only allowing so many people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let me get straight into it. 5 post-corona vacation destinations. And these are some of my favorites. I've been to all of them but 2. And I'm going to shortly remedy that this in here in a couple of weeks. So the first one is Yellowstone Park. You don't have to worry about Corona, but if you haven't been paying attention to the news, you do have to worry about the bison. Do not approach the buffalo in Yellowstone Park. I don't remember how old exactly she was, but she was in her 60s or 70s, decided to get within 10 feet of I think they're about a ton, buffalo, and was gored by that buffalo. Don't mess with the wildlife out in Yellowstone, guys. I'm just telling you, it's not going to be good for your health. All right. I actually got to do 6 national parks last year. The entire trip cost me less than $600 because I was hammocking and tenting the entire time. Yellowstone was beautiful. I had a great time there, great pictures there. Thoroughly enjoyed the weather. It was about 65 degrees during the day, so it was cool compared to the rest of the places I went. And Montana and Wyoming and all the places that it borders have been relatively unaffected by the coronavirus for whatever reason. So by and large, pretty safe place. I posted a picture of this next location yesterday, which is Glacier National Park. Absolutely stunning. Should be one of the wonders of the world. Okay. Plane tickets are a little expensive to get there, even in post-coronavirus with the airlines recovering. However, you don't have to spend much else outside that. Okay. Glacier National Park, great place. Now, the next one is one of my favorite places to go. I go there several times a year, every year, to get away from technology, to get a break, to breathe in fresh air, and to kind of collect myself. I'm an extreme extrovert, so I have to force myself to take breaks or I get really burnt out bad. This is where I go to do that, and that's Gatlinburg in the Smoky Mountains. Things can be a little expensive in Gatlinburg unless you know what you're doing. So if Gatlinburg or the Smoky Mountains is on your agenda, hit me up. That's just right down the road from me. I've got some great camping spots. If you're not into camping, I've got some other alternatives. Pretty amazing place. Next one up is Grand Teton Park. Again, coronavirus has not had much of an effect out that way. You just got to check with the national park system to make sure what the requirements are for there. They do have cabins. They do have wilderness backpacking. They do have hammocking, all of the things that are deeply moving for me personally that I just love. I mean, look at this background. Can you imagine setting up a hammock here during summer, 65 degrees, just chilling in your hammock? Just watch the bears and stuff. But this is Yellowstone, not Grand Teton. Okay. The last one is also one of my favorite locations. I've been there. My kids actually said that it's been one of their favorite places that they've ever been to, which is the Badlands, right outside of Mount Rushmore. Let me tell you about my mistake I made here. This was before I really started getting into travel. This was before I understood peak season, non-peak season, and I got lucky. I went the week before peak season started. We had everything to ourselves. Everything. It was wonderful. Weather was a little bit chilly, but not bad. And I'm from the South, so if it was just a little bit chilly to me, you Northerners would have probably been in shorts and T-shirts. Okay. And here's what we did. We drove from Clarksville, Tennessee. I drove it all the way up to North Dakota. And we stopped at the Badlands first, and we camped there in a teepee. Because I wasn't who I am today, I did not realize that I could have spent the entire week there, and Mount Rushmore and all the other sites were just 30, 45 minutes away. Totally would have saved me $1,500, I think, $1,000, whatever it was for the hotel. And it was so much better of an experience in my mind. The Badlands were absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed them more than I enjoyed Mount Rushmore or Crazy Horse. I just, man, they were so amazing. So amazing. So the Badlands is definitely a place for you to stop. You get to do a 1980 or 1880s town on your way there. Then there's Wall Street Pharmacy, which is this town right in the middle of all that. And guys, this is not an exaggeration. Their bacon was like this long and like this wide, and their pancakes were like this. A little bit expensive for breakfast, but with pancakes like this and bacon this wide, it was totally worth it. My kids still talk about the breakfast that they couldn't finish because it was just their kids' meals were. I could have probably fed all 4 of my kids off one plate, but it was so worth it. It was such good food. I would highly recommend stopping there. I would highly recommend the Badlands. I can highly recommend Yellowstone, Gatlinburg. If you guys are looking for a quick, easy getaway, most of these would suffice. If you're willing to do just a tad bit of driving, if you're local to Tennessee, Gatlinburg is just, depending on where you live, a 4 to 6 hour drive. If you want to go out west, I scored all 5 of our tickets for $250. You can do it. There's ways to get these vacations down. And as I said, in a Corona or a post-Corona kind of safe environment. Okay. I'm just going to hang out for a couple of more seconds and see if anybody has any questions. If not, I'm going to sign off. We're going to get back into how to score deals on all-inclusive hotels or resorts and hotels, and some tricks and some hacks I've learned, even when you don't have status with the hotel. So I'll just wait another second or two and see if anybody has any questions about some post-Corona travel, and we'll log off. Going once, going twice. All right. And I'm out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.